Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
Here we go, Tuesday morning on this party day, 12/12 on this beautiful kind of Tuesday morning. It's starting to shape up to be a nice day. CJ Nasolo here with you. It's our daily show, RiverBender.com. We got a busy show here for you today. It's going to be busy for the next couple of weeks because normally at this point in the year, this is where I hit my slowdown. People want to get on this show, and we're talking. We're going to be hanging out with Shannon Stelling in the Home Builders Remodelers Association of the Metro East. We're going to be talking about our trade spotlight segment and really just getting ready for that Home Expo. This is a big deal, this Home Expo is, and I'm really excited that we have the opportunity to go up and do a little bit of a remote broadcast and have some fun. We're going to get the latest on the home builders and some of the recent moves and objectives for the calendar year of 2024 because we're already there. At 10:10, we're going to be talking to Riverbend Yoga. They have a kids yoga class coming up that I saw and thought, how great is this? Because, so many times I know my cousins especially are younger. They like to do a lot of different athletic activity, and this is a great way to kind of, change things up a bit and also get some, nice stretching going on too. So we're going to talk all things about the kids class here at 10:10. Then at 10:35, well, for the adults, Heather Zinden's going to be in studio. I didn't plan this on purpose, and she's going to join us to fill us in on ways that we can hang out with Heather as we lead up to Christmas and get our bodies feeling right, right before the big meal hits us and all that fun stuff. So that all comes down the pipeline today. If you want to be a part of the show, you can. 618-759-7469. Text me, comment, whatever you want to do. We'll find it somewhere, and we'll talk about it. But there is an elephant in the room today. I'm on my best behavior as, we all have a job to do. But at 9:04, here's what's happening around the Riverbend. Make sure you sign up for your daily email update where you can join myself and over 70,000 that are truly in the know each and every day of the work week and on Saturdays with Around the Riverbend. We will take you to Alton first. This Saturday, December the 16th, will be a special day at Max in downtown Alton. Max will have an all-day commemoration of Max's 40th anniversary. Congratulations. Max opened at 3:15 p.m. on December the 6th, 1983, at 315 Bell Street in Alton. Now, well, the rest is history about the success of the bar and restaurant. The biggest special of the day at Max on Saturday will be the $1.50 domestic beers, which will rival prices back in the 1980s. Rob Linhart, one of the owners, said Rob believes what his dad Mac is most proud of is how far the business has come since its humble beginnings of a 60-foot by 25-foot bar. Here's this quote: "We've seen a lot of people come and some are still here," Rob said about the 40-year journey. "We've had a lot of good times and also some hard times. When you have been in business like this for 40 years, you hear a lot of good and bad stories. We are very fortunate to have had the staff that we have, and also numerous people help us in the bad times. You don't make it if the people don't help you in those hard situations. You have to rely on good people for help. You can't do this alone. We are very fortunate to have good people, and the Alton area has truly some great people who live in it and offer support." Rob provided high praise for his father, Mac, for always sticking with him and the business, even in difficult times. Mac said the key to the success involved a lot of people helping all along the way, but said the key ingredient for all involved could be summed up in 5 words. A lot of hard work. Congratulations from all of us here at RiverBender.com. Sydney Sinks reporting on the following. On Saturday, December the 16th, the Mirage Salon and Barbershop will host 2 fundraisers to raise money for a double mastectomy for one of their estheticians. From 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., people can stop by the Mirage at 222 Herbert Street in Alton for Haircuts for Samantha, where every haircut costs $20 and all proceeds go to Samantha Shelby. The day will end with music trivia right at 6 p.m. at the Casey Hall in Godfrey, and attendees can enjoy a cash bar, a silent auction with all the money benefiting Samantha and her family. She joined us on this show just yesterday and said, well, it takes a village, and I have a great village. I'm very grateful for it. Shelby, 31, has been with Mirage for a year, during which she has gone to school full-time, passed her board exams, become a fully certified esthetician, and even won a Best of the Best award. She added that her co-workers and clients have been very supportive through her recent struggles and ultimate decision to get a mastectomy after an MRI revealed a mass in her breast. But Shelby's story really started when she was a child and lost her mother to breast cancer at the age of 9. In the years since then, she has received a mammogram and MRI every year. A genetic test revealed that she has a BRCA gene, and while it's unclear whether or not it could lead to cancer, this has weighed heavily on Samantha since 2018, when she received the first of several surgeries to remove benign masses in her breasts. Earlier this year, she learned that she had another mass growing rapidly. It's unclear whether or not this one's malignant. While Shelby had been resistant to a mastectomy in the past, she said, quote, I was young and I was just like, absolutely not. Well, she started to rethink her stance when she learned a mastectomy would have lowered her risk of developing breast cancer by 95%. With 5 kids all under the age of 9, it was a quick decision. Here's her quote. I'm older. I'm starting my career. I have another child. I have a family now. It's completely different, especially when my doctor told me it would lower my risk by 95%. It was kind of a no-brainer to me. I have kids. I grew up without a mom, and I don't want my kids to do that. Samantha is slated to undergo surgery in April of 2024, but to prepare for that, the Mirage is holding 2 fundraisers this Saturday, December the 16th, to support Samantha through the surgery and recovery time. That's what we're raising money for, to kind of help her get through the hard times, explained Andrea Guthrie, Shelby's co-worker and friend, owner of the Mirage Salon and Barbershop. The way we were able to throw it together was solely because we had so much support from the community. So many people showed up and helped, and we have it all locked away. It's going to be 2 great fundraisers. Haircuts for Samantha will run from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. this Saturday, or until they run out of customers. Haircuts will cost $20. The trivia night starts at 6 p.m. at 1713 Stamper Lane in Godfrey. Tickets are $20 at the door, and all money from ticket sales, T-shirts, and the silent auction will go to Samantha. For more information about the Mirage Salon and Barbershop, or for more information on their events coming down the pipeline, all of those are available, along with the GoFundMe link for Samantha if you'd like to donate personally. All of that is online on hyperlinks on RiverBender.com. The big news story of the year, as far as I'm concerned, out of Alton, $7.5 million in TIF funding for the Wedge redevelopment project received preliminary approval from the Alton Committee of the Whole on Monday. The city would agree to reimburse developer W.A.C.E.P Landlord LLC for completion of the multi-phase project if the agreement gets full approval from the City Council this Wednesday. John Simmons with Alton Works spoke at the committee meeting to thank city officials for their support for the project, saying this investment will go far in Alton. Thank you to the city for believing in us with the TIF request that moved out of this committee tonight. He said, he continues, it's going to go a long way to revitalize Alton and help dreams become a reality and bring things to fruition faster than they already would. So thank you very much. Construction on the building wedged between East Broadway and East 3rd Street in Alton, formerly known as the Wedge Bank, recently reached a 1-year milestone. According to a press release from Alton Works, the end goal for the building is to support businesses and make Alton's workforce more competitive. Here's a quote. The Wedge will also serve as a workforce training center, digital hub for the $20 million fiber network, and will help move Alton into the digital economy. the release states. The release also states it will house startups, space for individuals or teams, and more established companies that want to accelerate their businesses or develop new technologies, products, or systems. Alton Works estimates the wedge will open in the fall of 2024 after about 18 months of construction and approximately 170,000 hours of labor. According to the redevelopment agreement, both the city and the developer agree the redeveloping the Wedge Innovation Center will benefit the city in many ways by improving the environment, raising real estate values, fostering more economic activity, increasing job opportunities, and furthering the health, safety, and welfare of Alton's residents and its taxpayers. The agreement also indicates the project will be completed over the course of 3 phases. The developer can request an initial $2.5 million in reimbursement for the completion of the first phase, followed by additional requests of $2.5 million each for reimbursement of the completions of phases 2 and 3. This will total $7.5 million for the phases. As TIF funds, these amounts would be funded by tax revenues generated within the Wedge's TIF district. The committee voted to pass the redevelopment agreement with Alderwoman Stephanie Elliott abstaining. The item now moves to City Council for a final vote this Wednesday. Out of Godfrey, a man from Godfrey has been charged with aggravated battery of a pregnant woman and more, according to recent Jersey County court filings. Adam J. Webster, 34 years of age, of Godfrey, was charged with aggravated battery, unlawful restraint, and domestic battery in the form of physical contact. According to court documents, on or about December the 4th, Webster, quote, knowing the victim to be pregnant, committed a battery, in that he shoved her down the hallway and stated, "I could just strangle the life out of you." In total, Webster was charged with a Class 3 felony for the aggravated battery charge, in addition to a Class 4 felony for unlawful restraint and a Class A misdemeanor for domestic battery in the form of physical contact. Webster was initially taken into custody of the Jersey County Jail, but has since been granted pretrial release under the certain conditions, including a no-contact order and electronic GPS monitoring. His arraignment hearing is now set for January the 4th at the Jersey County Courthouse. Also in the news, out of Fairview Heights, Utah-based Doller Technologies LLC, Doller, has entered into a settlement agreement with the United States to resolve Doller's civil liability relating to a device it sold and marketed to treat migraines, the Department of Justice announced yesterday. This resolution requires Doller to make monetary payments to the U.S. based upon its ability to pay. The government alleges that between July 2013 through July 2017, Doller violated the False Acts claim by causing medical providers to submit false claims to the Medicare program for procedures using a device called the Sympho Cath. The Sympho Cath was intended to treat migraine headaches by administering nerve blocks to the SPG, a collection of nerves located deep in the midface of the skull. The government alleged that the Sympho Cath was not approved or authorized by the FDA for use in SPG nerve blocks for the treatment of headaches. The government also alleged that Doller instructed, coached, and encouraged medical providers to submit improper billing codes to Medicare for reimbursement of services using the device. A quote from Rochelle Odd-Crow, "This settlement demonstrates the commitment of our office and investigative partners to combat health care fraud against the Medicare program." In a related criminal matter, Doller's former chief executive officer, Mark Wright, did plead guilty on October 11, 2023 in a U.S. District Court for the District of Utah to misdemeanor charges of causing the introduction of misbranded and adulterated devices into interstate commerce. One final bit of news for you today. Out of Alton and Godfrey, Colton Corby is a few days shy of turning 12, and instead of birthday presents, he wants to help animals in need. Corby and his friends and his family, invited community members to help them fill a bus with donations on Saturday, December the 9th at Farm and Home in Alton. All donations went to Hope Animal Rescues, a no-kill dog shelter in Godfrey that pulls dogs from animal control facilities before they are euthanized. Corby explained that the dog are his favorite animal, which is why he chose to donate to Hope Animal Rescues. There's just a lot of dogs in need, and they pick up a lot of dogs too, he added. This is Corby's 4th year of collecting donations instead of birthday presents. He started on his 8th birthday because he was concerned about just being nice to animals and people. Corby himself has 5 dogs, 2 goats, 2 cats, and a whole bunch of chickens, so he knows firsthand how important it is to be kind and take care of animals in need. Not a lot of people would choose to ask for donations instead of birthday presents, but Corby cares more about helping others than receiving gifts. To donate to Hope Animal Rescue and help Corby on his birthday, you can visit their official website. You can also Venmo Barbara-Corby to contribute to Corby's fundraiser, and happy birthday from all of us here at RiverBender.com. Let's take a look at weather. 9:17's the time on this 12th day of December, 36. It feels like 42 out there today, mostly sunny. Tonight, increasing cloudiness. That's a little ominous for the week. We'll reach temperatures of 48 degrees today. They will drop down to 30 overnight heading into Wednesday, where we can expect a 46-degree high, a 27-degree low, and a 0% chance of rain. On Thursday, a high of 52, a low of 29, and then back on Friday with another high of 52 degrees and a low of 35 degrees heading in to the weekend. Right now, as it sits at 9:18, it's 36 degrees. It feels like 42 for time and temp throughout the day. You give this number a ring, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Tom Lane. He's your local State Farm agent. Before we take a quick break and talk to the home builders and remodelers of the Metro East, let me fill you in on Hainer Library. You know, they are just kicking butt. This week at Hainer, there's so many events going on, and really, it's not like it's any special week. That's just what happens all the time at Hainer. I highly encourage you. A lot of older adults watch this show, and I really appreciate that, and I know that you got grandkids, you got kids, you got little ones in your life. Everyone wants to have that safe space where they know that they don't have to worry about where their kid is or how everything's going every 10 minutes. At Hainer, it's a safe place for ingenuity, for creativity, for critical thinking skills that are really needed in today's world. And whether or not you're going for the teen space, the kid space, or you name it, the plethora of activities, or whether or not you're going to get your library card the first time, which you need. It's free. Put your address in, put your name in, and boom, library card coming your way, courtesy of Hainer. There's so much more to discover about our public library, and that's why I highly encourage you to go to HainerLibrary.org, where you can see the library of things, the databases, genealogy, and local history. It's amazing. There's so much more that awaits you by visiting HainerLibrary.org. That's HainerLibrary.org, HainerLibrary.org. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
I know that Shannon would never give my heart away. Happy Tuesday, Shannon. How are we doing?
I'm doing great, CJ. It's good to be with you.
Same here. And, I mean, it's really cool just to, I got to thank you because I was having a little bit of a rough month of November, and we had the opportunity to go up to Belleville to see the cave for the first time, and I was just blown away up there with you, Shannon.
Yeah, it's an amazing campus with an amazing programs. And, as we've talked so many times, CJ, there's such a need for workforce development to continuing and to be a focus in the state of Illinois. We don't have enough people to build, to fix, to repair, or remodel. And programs like the Cave are helping ensure that we have next generations that are learning those skills and coming through the pipeline.
Well, and it's so crucial, and that's something that I think that's why I'm so excited that we do these segments and that we run some of these trade spotlights to really raise awareness to a lot of the younger generations that there's so much more to life than a 4-year university because it's not meant for everybody. And just to hear, I mean, Shannon, I almost quit my job that day. I was hearing that apprentices were starting at like 22 an hour or 18. I couldn't believe it, and it was just amazing to see the actual opportunities literally given to students right then and there whenever they graduate, whether it's December or April.
Right. Yeah, the HBR was very excited to have a presence at that career fair at the Cave, and it was the second one we did in that month. The first one we did was a couple weeks before that, and we talked to about 800 kids that came through over the course of 4 hours. And there was about probably 60 of us, different associations and a lot of companies and the unions there that were there, to give the kids the information. And that's it. It's a matter of just letting them be educated about the options. And programs like the Cave and then the Collinsville Vocational Program is another strong program. And they're doing a great job of making sure the kids know what choices they have. And they've got all the most modern equipment, all the right tools, and they're really trying to teach these kids the right way. It's amazing what they're doing at those 2 campuses.
Well, and on top of that, what I think's really fascinating is we had the opportunity to speak with one of the principals of the cave. I'm trying to remember his name. A wonderful man, and we'll be playing those interviews for you because Shannon's got a whole hour dedicated to home builders and trade spotlights coming up soon, and I'll fill you in on more details in a couple of days. But we were talking and just hearing about, hey, every one of them takes a different course. There's a different project, so they learn a variety of different trades and a different, facets of it. And I think that's great because talk about a really great foundation, no matter if they stick with carpentry, whether or not they stick with concrete, you name it, you can always move on and still have a base of knowledge to keep going forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's just it. And through working, and they get to kind of figure it out, right? They may go into, let's say, the welding program, and at the cave, and they learn welding, but then they're also exposed to other avenues in the home building industry, or with carpentry specific, or even computer sciences. It is crazy the programs they have. Everything from carpentry to, like I said, IT, IT security or cybersecurity. They have nursing. They have childcare. Next year, they're launching aeronautical. So they'll learn about repairing airplanes and working on the bodies of airplanes and helicopters. So it's just they're continuing to expand the programs at both those campuses. And it's when you talk to the kids, what's amazing to me, some of them have an idea of the opportunities available in, we'll call the blue collar industry, right, or in the trades, and some of them have no clue. They're like, what? I can make how much money? And it's a big plus to come out of high school, go into an apprenticeship program, make $60,000 to $65,000 a year right out of high school, including your benefits, and then not have any debt or expense associated with that, besides getting a little bit of tools to start your journey in that career field.
Well,
so
can I jump in here for a second too, Shannon?
Sure.
I wanted just to kind of highlight, when I was talking to some of the students, and you'll see, I think we set it for the 27th. We're that Tuesday show's dedicated to the trade spotlights. I really thought it was amazing to see the inspiration in the eyes of kids again. And I'm not saying that in this philosophical way, but to really see that, these individuals are loving the fact that something that they're going to be able to do will contribute to the world. I was talking to a few students, Shannon, and I'm sure you have, where they go, I just can't wait to drive by a property and say, I worked on that, or I was a part of this. And to me, that's what builds the future of every community.
Yep. And it is the foundation. Our communities are houses, they're businesses, they're buildings that we go to the doctor to. It's everything we do is built on that foundation in a community. And to have those kids get excited about it and feel pride. I'll go a little further. The Collinsville campus and the Collinsville Vocational Program, which is huge, they actually built a house this year that they just finished. In fact, we met with them at that home a couple of days before it was 100% finished. And our Remodelers Council, which is another arm of our association, we presented a check to those kids for their program for $500. And we actually did that at 4 different schools the week after Thanksgiving. And it was all for vocational and trades programs at New Athens High School, Freeburg High School, Belleville East High School, and then Collinsville Area Vocational Program. And we're going to continue to do that with different schools and different vocational programs across the 20 counties that we cover, because we have to keep encouraging these kids and show them the opportunities that are out there. Because as we've talked about before, in the state of Illinois, the median age for people in the trades or in the housing industry is around 56, 57 years old. What does that tell us? In less than 10 years, there's a bulk of people going to be retiring out of this of those jobs, and we've got to have people coming up the pipeline to replace that.
Well, and the way you're doing it is amazing because, and I'm not patronizing you, I just think more people really need to go by your guys' model at HBR, and that's putting boots on the ground and actually communicating and opening that dialogue, because you can spend all the millions you want in the world, but for so many kids, they love that personal connection. They want to know that, hey, we're interested in you. We need you. And it's something that a Facebook post or any billboard wouldn't be able to give, and that's that personal touch to it, to be a part of this growing trend of filling the need.
Yeah. And, there's all kinds of programs that we're doing as the National Home Builders Association across the country. Another example of something coming up, and CJ, I think you might even be a guest at that, we've talked about it a little bit, is called Build Your Future. And that's an event over in St. Louis that about probably around 80 to 100 companies come together and build hands-on displays and interactive ways that kids can learn about the trades. And there'll be about anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 kids that come through the family arena next spring and actually get to touch tools and see a backhoe and, do all the different things and try different things to see what interest they have. And again, that's kind of how we did the first career fair. The big one that we did at the Cave, we actually set up boards and had a nailing contest. That's literally what it was. And 5 or 6 kids would line up. They'd put safety glasses on. They'd grab a hammer, and let's see who could hammer that nail in the fastest. And some of those kids had never touched a tool like that before. Some of them had. But they're like, this is pretty cool. This is how this works, And it, excuse me, it's something as simple as that. And we're really going to start branching out and start trying to work with the younger grades too, because that's really where it's got to start now. We can't wait till high school to start having these stations and showing the kids the options that they have. We got to start when they're younger, so that by the time they get to high school, they may have a vision of, I want to build a house. I want to be able to do underwater welding. I want to be able to do plumbing. I want to work with piping, all the different things that are available out there.
100%. And Shannon, as I have you on the phone, this is something that I'm on HBRMEA.org for anyone that wants to follow along. And if it's okay with you, can I ask a little bit about your professional women in building? Because I think this is a really great group. Yep. I wanted just a little bit more information, if you could, for all of us.
Sure. Our Professional Women in Building Council is a group of women that work for companies or own companies in the housing industry. Some way they're tied to the housing industry. It's everything from actual home builders. We have a VP, a Vice President of Operations that sits on that council for one of the big home builders on this side of the river. We have credit unions. We have banks, women that work in the banks. Now, how does that have to do with housing? Well, they provide the funding for the people that build the houses. So we have a couple of companies that are Custom Marble is an example. They do marble countertops and they do marble fixtures for homes. So a little bit of everything. We have a lighting company. We have Sherwin-Williams Paint Company, one of their female employees. So the PWB group, their entire focus is to help raise money to give scholarships out to women, young women who are graduating from high school and want to go into the trades or the building industry. Everything from being an architect to being a developer to actually going into construction itself. So last year, our Professional Women in Building gave out around $7,000 to $8,000 in scholarships money. I think 5 students were awarded that money, and this year our goal is to give out $10,000 to $12,000 in scholarship funds. So we have a couple of projects coming up. One of them, for any of the ladies listening out there, on February 8th, we are going to have a designer purse bingo at Far Oaks Golf Course.
That's really cool.
Yeah, where you can win every round of bingo you play, you win a $300 to $700 handbag. And you can go on our website right now and buy those tickets at again for February 8th, and that all the money from that event will go to the scholarship fund. So everything that pretty much that PWB does. Another thing, you remember we talked a little bit in the past about us working with the Violence Prevention Center in Illinois, and I speak once a quarter with anywhere from 20 to 40 women that are clients of the Violence Prevention Center, and we talk to them about the career opportunities in construction or in carpentry or the trades. And we're going to be presenting to them on December 19th a check for $500 from our professional women in building to help make Christmas a little bit better for some of those ladies and their kids. So they're doing everything that our PWB group does is to enhance our community, help young women that want to go in the career field. And that's what the HBR, another piece of what we're about, is to make sure that we are representing the home building industry and reaching out to the community, supporting different organizations and different schools and education throughout our communities.
And on top of that, too, I think the way that you guys you guys target and you guys really have this approach is really, for all of us, so engaging, because you could have easily, just done, events or maybe put out a press release. But when you have things like the Home Expo, which is a mecca of opportunity for so many people and just for so much fun, when you have all of these really great incentives, really, like the scholarship program, like Purse Bingo, to me, that's how you grow. You do it through community support. You do it through these different ventures. And I think that's something that, Shannon, you guys do very, very well.
Yeah, it's this industry in the housing and home building industry, it's amazing. The number of charities that our members are involved with outside of our association is mind blowing, and the amount of dollars that are being given to there's probably over 100 different charities that our members are supporting or involved in the communities that they own their businesses and work in. And it's a very giving community that the home building industry is. And, you talked about the Home Expo coming up next year on March 8th, 9th, and 10th at Belclair Fairgrounds. That's a whole other entity that's got a lot of moving parts to it and a lot of components. It's not just a home show. It is a way to feature some of our different organizations, schools, on the Illinois side of the river. We're going to have performances from local high school bands, choirs, dance competitive teams, cheerleading competitive teams. Special Olympics is going to have a couple of their performing groups at the Home Expo performing at different times. And then we're going to have over 130 to 140 booths that consumers can come. It doesn't cost them anything. It's free, CJ. We're not charging anything. And they can park for free, which is kind of cool.
That's huge. That's huge. That's a mortgage payment in SDO.
There you go. Exactly. So they can come on any of those 3 days. They can learn about new products. They can talk to experts in particular, a field that they may be interested, whether they're doing their own remodel project at their house, or they want to hire somebody to do the remodeling project, or they want to build a new house. There's options for all of that and much more. And then we've got some local vendors that are crafters that offer homemade products that are going to be at the Home Expo. You don't see that as much. Typically a lot of the expos out there, it's the same stuff over and over again. We wanted to bring in that local community feel also. So we're doing that by inviting some, and I still have a few spots left. I think I have 5 spots left for local vendors that do crafting projects or to have homemade goods, whether it be a food product or it be something that they've sewn. If they want to reach out to the HBR, we still have a few spots left for that, but not many. It's going to be very exciting. And then on top of that, we're going to give away almost retract that statement, $22,000 worth of prizes over the course of 3 days. Yeah.
I love it.
And Yeah, so all they got to do is come, and when they come, they'll fill out a little slip. When they walk in the door, they'll go into the drawings. We'll be giving away products from our vendors every hour of the expo. And then on Sunday, the last day of the expo, someone will win from Hot Tubs of St. Louis an $18,000 hot tub. That's going to be given away to someone that attended the home show.
That ain't your grandma's hot tub. That's for darn sure.
No, it's the Cadillac of hot tubs. I looked at it and I go, I wish I could win it, but I can't.
So I got to ask you, whenever you're putting this together, is it pretty easy for your event sponsors to say, hey, let's be a part of this. We got something cool for you.
Yeah, so we've got 5 event sponsors for this expo. Lacey Lumber, who's been in business over 100 years out of Belleville, Illinois. They do business both in Missouri and Illinois, and they actually, plane wood, and they are a real lumber store, They're one of our main event sponsors. And then we have Phoenix Home Remodeling, which is powered by C.A. Jones. It's a remodeling company. They're one of our event sponsors. Then we have our Union Contractors Council. They're an event sponsor. We have the Carpenter 662 is an event sponsor, and then we have Hot Tubs of St. Louis as an event sponsor. So we have 5 incredible companies and groups that wanted to get involved directly and sponsor this expo. But then we're also doing pet adoptions and partnered with the Humane Society. So on Saturday and Sunday, those 2 days of the expo, the schedule will be published on the website telling people what time exactly the adoptions are going to go on. But they can come to the Home Expo and they can adopt a dog or a cat. And if they bring dog food or cat food to donate to the Humane Society, they're going to get a second entry into all the prize drawings.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So all you got to do is grab a bag of dog food or some cans of cat food or some treats and drop it off at the Home Expo when you come, and you'll get a second entry to all the prizes, including the hot tub that we're giving away. And if you're interested, you can adopt a pet. But we're taking it a step further. We are actually getting sponsors to cover the adoption fees for people. So we still have some sponsorships left available. They're $500. If you would like to be a pet adoption sponsor, you will be announced at the show. You'll be publicized on the website, and thanked for helping support our furry friends out there from the Belleville Humane Society. So you could potentially come to the show, adopt a pet, and the fee that you would normally have to pay to adopt that pet will be waived because it'll be funded by some of our sponsors.
That's, to me, I just think this is amazing. It hits all the boxes because what's really, what makes a home, what makes any type of trade, a project, and that's the people that are in it after the project's completed, whether it's a commercial.
Absolutely.
Shannon, I love every bit of this. And just so everyone knows, if you're watching the video today and you'd like to get more information, forgot the website, we have linked everything on the live schedule. So if you want to click on it, it'll take you right to the Home Expo information. I need you to fill up those 5 spots for me today. I think that's I hate to say the least, but I think that you're going to benefit greatly from seeing thousands of people walking through on March 8th, 9th, and the 10th and really getting to showcase your product, not only to the community, but other professional organizations that might be able to use you for their events coming down the pipeline.
Absolutely. And then we have the component of the local entertainment, like I said. People can come, and the goal is to, every hour the show is open, is to have a performance from a local youth-geared organization or young adult organization, and I still have some scheduled times available for that too. So if there's any bands, choirs, dance team, karate teams, robotics teams, you name it, if there's a talent out there and they would like to be featured and get more information out about their group, the Home Expo is going to be a great place to do it because we're giving that organization the stage for about 50 minutes. Most of them aren't going to perform the entire time, but they might talk about their dance teams. They might talk about their dance studio or their karate studio, or they may have T-shirts they want to sell to raise money for their organization. They can use that stage besides their performance to promote their group, their organization the way that they want to. And we want it to do that.
Well, this is huge. This is, I mean, because you get to actually showcase it. Who knows who's going to be watching the performers on stage? That could be a potential donor. That could be somebody that wants to support it further.
Exactly. Or they have a child that they want to get involved in it. You know, the potential is unlimited. And this Home Expo will draw from all over the place. You know, it's not going to just draw from Belleville. You know, we are going to be promoting and reaching out to people from Springfield, Illinois, all the way down to Carbondale, Illinois. There'll even be some Missouri people that come over across the river to attend the show. We even get some people from Kentucky and Indiana. So because there's so much variety available for people at this expo, it can be a fun day. You know, there's going to be some things geared towards the kids even, you know, whether it's looking at all the pets, you know, the carpenters are looking at doing something fun and interactive with kids that are at the show. So there's going to be a lot going on, and it can be a great family day out or afternoon out.
100%. And by the way, I do like the Hot Tubs of St. Louis logo. I think that's slick. I'm on your website now looking at the event spots.
Yeah.
but while I have you, Shannon, as we're going to be talking, well, I guess kind of twice, because on the 27th, if you're just tuning in, that is the Home Builders Hour, where we're talking to students that really are doing some cool stuff. And Shannon, the two that we talked to, or I talked to, and you met and got to interact with, are just bright students that we're going to feature, and then feature a little bit more from the cave. But I got to ask you, home builders and remodelers, as cool as this is really important for, really, in my opinion, the what could be coming law in the next couple of years, or what could affect this industry greatly. Is there anything coming down the pipeline out of Springfield we should be aware of?
You know, there's always things coming down the pipeline from Springfield. A couple of things that just recently happened is it's got to do with energy and energy efficiency, and it's called the stretch energy bills. And one was passed in the final hour that wasn't supposed to be voted on, and it ended up getting voted on, and it is passed. And it's a little bit complicated, but the crazy thing is, and that was the energy stretch 21 that was passed in November, and that means the year 2021. So they just passed the 21-year bill. Well, the 24-year bill is supposed to be coming out in the next several months, and it's positioned better for homeowners and builders, and it's got a little bit more even efficiencies in it. So, you know, if you have the opportunity to talk to your politicians, and you don't have to know all the language, but the things that you can tell them is stop over-regulating our industry.
It kills it.
It affects all of us, because, you know, this new energy bill that they passed, it can cause the cost of the house to go up by $4,000 to $7,000. And what does that mean? The consumer is going to pay $4,000 to $7,000 more on that home. And that's just one bill. And, you know, we're not opposed to regulations. We're not opposed to energy efficiency, but we are encouraging all of our politicians. I have conversations with a lot of their offices every month. Include us in the process. So what you're wanting to do makes sense at the field level to the consumer level. So encourage your politicians to include the Home Builders and Remodelers Association and the Illinois Home Builders Association of the state of Illinois, which is our state chapter, and include us in that process so that we are working together to make it make sense for everybody and make it efficient, you know. Because we get overregulated in a lot of different areas, but especially in the home building industry. And that equates to dollars and frustration and time.
Absolutely. And to me, it affects morale. And that's what I think that I don't know, you're in the thick of it, but whenever I kind of read some of these things, if I'm in the thick of it in this industry and I'm going on all cylinders and I keep seeing regulation or hurdle after hurdle coming down the pipeline, I'm starting to go, well, maybe it's time to start looking elsewhere. And you don't want that to happen. I mean, we got to keep everyone really excited about the future of building. And I don't know, it just seems like maybe some folks aren't too excited about the potential that could be.
Right. You're absolutely You're absolutely right. And, you know, and that's what sometimes a lot of even our members don't even get, how much we work behind the scenes. That's another component of this association, is we're working behind the scenes constantly. Actually, when I get off the phone with you in about an hour, I'm headed to Springfield for the rest of the day, to a state meeting and a couple of other things that are going on up there, to be talking to all the right people to find out what we need to address some issues that we know that we're aware of. We do that at the state level, the local level, and in D.C. We've got there is a township in this area that is getting ready to put in place a lot of new regulations and stuff, and vote on it next year in January at a meeting. We have a really good relationship with that township. They reached out to us and said, let's sit down and talk this month before that meeting takes place next month. So that's what we want to continue to do, is create that kind of communication and allies between us. And it doesn't matter if it's Democrat or Republican. Housing is not a political issue. We all have to live in houses, and we have to have people that can build those homes. So we work with the left, the right, and everything in between. It's just to make sure that we're all working together for the greater good, which is to keep housing obtainable and affordable for people.
100%. And that's why I'm so glad, Shannon, that we do these segments, because I hope folks realize that your organization is so much more than, you know, sometimes we talk about spotlighting, and that's just a component, but the real work that you guys do each and every day is crucial. I mean, before, just a little tidbit thing, we just had something pass in a local township here where made it to where everyone has to have an electrical license or some type of license for electrical work, when a lot of the times it wasn't the electric company, it was some type of, maybe a sprinkler, system company coming in and trying to rework wiring that has no business being there. So there's just things all the time that I really wish, people would definitely consult more with you guys, because you know better. I mean, fortunately, we have an organization that has tons of individuals that collaborate each and every day and have a great understanding,
right,
far more so than a local bureaucrat or politician does.
Well, and that's, what you're talking about right there, CJ. On our website, the other thing the public needs to remember, when you don't know where to go, you don't know who to turn to when you have a job you need done at your home, we have a directory on our website. Every member we have is listed there in multiple categories based on what they do. Consumers can, free of charge, go to the website, go to the directory, and look for an electrician, look for a plumber, look for a flooring person, look for somebody that does drywall, that builds a barn. Whatever the needs are, pretty much we have it covered in our membership base. In that directory on our website, they can always search and look at HBRMEA.org. Go to the member directory is what it says, or directory, and put in what you're looking for, and you'll find choices for people. And we vet our members, and they're local companies that do quality work. And we're proud about that.
100%. Shannon, this was one of my favorites we've done so far. We talked for about 30 minutes, and I loved every bit of it. But, as we creep up to the 27th, I definitely think I'd love to get a phone call with you to lead into those really exciting conversations that we had. And as we gear up to the Home Expo and keep talking about it, keep raising awareness, we'll do the same with the trade spotlights. And we really appreciate the Home Builders Remodelers of the Metro East Association for your continued support to do so.
Well, CJ, we appreciate you. We're glad to be part of working on continuing to bring focus to this industry, what the needs are for workforce, what the needs are at the political level, and then just what we can offer to consumers, and that we're here. And sometimes we get calls with questions about what do they do about something. We'll help, and we'll dig, and we'll try to find the answers from homeowners when we can. So, again, I greatly appreciate the time I get to spend with you and your audience.
Same here. And Shannon, we'll be in touch soon for sure.
That sounds great. Merry Christmas to everybody out there.
Merry Christmas to you as well. 9:54, a quick break. We'll come back, wrap up the 9 o'clock hour, and look forward to the 10 after this in the heart of the 618. When life life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Play it dirty, play it dirty.
With your friend, Mother White.
9:57, wrapping up this 9 o'clock hour on this 12th day of December. You know, Mac's on 3rd Street in Alton come a long way since it opened in 1983 with only the front bar. The legendary Alton business going strong in 2023 as it marks its 40th anniversary. Dan Brannon brings us this. The business opened its doors at 3:15 p.m. on December the 6th, 1983 at 315 Bell Street with 2,500 square feet. It's a rarity for a bar to survive that long, and Mac and Rob Linhart, the owners, are proud of how far they've come. Mac Linhart said when the business opened, he worried often about making the $250 a month payment on the loan to start. But with extreme fortitude, the business continued to grow and prosper. Mac and Rob have done much of the construction work on Mac's, and Mac also thanked his longtime construction associate, Joe Hoff, a master mechanic and carpenter. Joe and Mac joined forces in 1987 and have been together ever since. As buildings became available downtown, the Linharts purchased them, all to make Alton a better place for others to do business and a special place for people near and far away to visit. Over the years, many famous musicians visited the stages at Mac's, from John Waite, Marshall Tucker, the Atlanta Rhythm Section, Badfinger, and one of Mac's all-time favorites, and mine too, the Gin Blossoms, and much more for special occasions. The annual Kentucky Day Derby Party is always the biggest each year for Mac's, and thousands will visit the location and are on the streets, normally with a headliner band after the Derby ends. The off-track betting has become a big business for Mac's over the years. As we wrap up the top of the bottom of the 9 o'clock hour, for a full recap of Mac's history, Dan Brannon did a fantastic job. We'll try to touch on this as the show continues on today, but it's fantastic. And seriously, from all of us here at RiverBender, 40 years, that's a big one. Congratulations from all of us here, and we look forward to celebrating with you this Saturday. You know who I always celebrate with is Denise Sparks. I mean, think about this success story. Denise Sparks, for 30 years, was the queen of junk. She didn't need to be anything else, you know? She had a great business going. She had a great game plan, great customer base. It was there, but then all of a sudden, she heard you and myself's need for change, a need for an alternative trash company, because quite frankly, there's one trash company that not a lot of people like. You call them, you take days to hear back. I asked for a trash can 3 months ago, and I'm still waiting. You know, there's tons of things that people really wanted to see changed. And Denise Sparks heard every one of those calls, said, I got you covered. And now Denise Sparks is going to be the queen of junk and trash pickup for the next 30 years. She services the areas of Godfrey, Brighton, Grafton, and the surrounding communities. There are select locations, so please reach out today at sparksjunkremoval.net. Click on the Book Now form to see if you're in that service area and how the queen of junk, well, can now be your queen of trash. Sparksjunkremoval.net. That's sparksjunkremoval.net. It's 10 o'clock in downtown Alton. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Oh, 10:05, I love it. From the 618, why didn't you tell her you do an act with your tails? That was off the record. I think I know who that came from. Oh, you know. What happens at Cats stays at Cats. Time for top of the hour news on this 12th day of December. It's Party Day in the heart of the 618, and the biggest news story of the year as far as I'm concerned, coming out of Alton yesterday. $7.5 million in TIF funding for the Wedge redevelopment project received preliminary approval from the Alton Committee of a Whole on Monday. The city would agree to reimburse developer Y.A.C.E.P Landlord LLC for completion of the multi-phase project if the agreement gets full approval from the City Council on Wednesday. John Simmons with Alton Works spoke at the committee meeting to thank city officials for their support of the project, saying the investment will go far in Alton. Construction on the building wedged between East Broadway and East 3rd in Alton, formerly known as Wedge Bank, recently reached its one-year milestone, according to a press release from Alton Works. Alton Works estimates the wedge will be open in the fall of 2024 after about 18 months of construction. According to the redevelopment agreement, both the city and developer agree that redeveloping the Wedge Innovation Center will benefit the city in many ways by improving the environment, raising real estate values, fostering more economic activity, increasing job opportunities, and furthering the health, safety, and welfare of Alton residents and its taxpayers. This agreement also indicates the project will be completed over the course of 3 phases. The developer can request an initial $2.5 million in reimbursement for the completion of the first phase, followed by additional requests of $2.5 million each for reimbursement of the completion of phases 2 and 3, totaling $7.5 million for all 3 phases. As TIF funds, these amounts would be funded by tax revenues generated within the Wedge's TIF district. The committee voted to pass the redevelopment agreement with Alderwoman Stephanie Elliott abstaining. The item now moves to City Council for a final vote this Wednesday, December the 13th, and RiverBender.com will be providing you that City Council meeting. One final bit of news for you today, and that's out of Alton. On Saturday, December 16th, the Mirage Salon and Barbershop will host 2 fundraisers to raise money for a double mastectomy for one of their estheticians. From 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., people can stop by the Mirage at 222 Herbert Street in Alton for haircuts for Samantha, where every haircut costs $20 and all proceeds go back to Samantha Shelby. The day will end with a music trivia night at 6 p.m. at the Casey Hall in Godfrey, and attendees can enjoy a cash bar, silent auction with all money benefiting Samantha and her family. Shelby is slated to undergo surgery in April 2024, and to prepare for that, the Mirage is holding these 2 fundraisers on the 16th to support Samantha through the surgery and her recovery time. Haircuts for Samantha runs 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. or until they run out of customers on December the 16th. Haircuts cost $20. The trivia night starts at 6 p.m. at 1713 Stamper Lane in Godfrey. Tickets will be $20 at the door, and all money from ticket sales, t-shirts, and the silent auction will go back to Samantha. You can donate to Samantha's GoFundMe directly if you can't attend and would like to support. Those hyperlinks are on RiverBender.com. And as we take a look at weather, 40 degrees, feels like 45 today, mostly sunny tonight, increasing cloudiness. Temperatures will reach 50 degrees on the dot today, drop down to 30 overnight, heading into Wednesday where we can expect 48 degrees, 27 for the low, and then on Thursday, 52 for the high, 31 for the low. On Friday, a mirror image of Thursday with no chance of rain in the forecast until we look at Saturday, but we'll touch the rain tomorrow. Right now at 10:09, it's 40 degrees. Feels like 45 for time and temperature throughout the day. You give this number a ring, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back. Rehab, recover, and return home. We'll take a quick break. More conversations come your way on this Tuesday morning, right after this in the heart of the 618.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe, rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, Free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBenderRadio.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. We're simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
10:12, welcome back on this, oh, look at that, on this 12th day of December, 10:12, the time. Stephanie in studio. Did I spell this right?
You did. Great job.
There we go.
Very nicely
I can
done.
retire happy here. I was telling Stephanie, I hate misspelling, and I'm the worst typer in the world. I'm like a 98-year-old, you know, when it comes to any type of technology. Yep, I'm a pecker.
Yep. That happens.
Well, you know what else happens is Kids Yoga Christmas Edition this Saturday, December the 16th, 1 p.m. until 3 p.m. I think this is so cool, because I think that so many younger people really don't realize how good it feels to just stretch and have all those muscles relax a little bit. And this is a great opportunity to learn the skill and also just relax a little bit before Santa comes.
Yes. And this one's a little fun because it's not just movement and breath.
Okay.
We're throwing in a little holiday twist, which is why it's 2 hours. So we've got some cookie decorating. We are making some graham cracker reindeer, little hot cocoa, Christmas cards that we're going to deliver around to some of the elderly homes in the area, and maybe an ornament or two and some reindeer food.
That's really cool.
So a lot more. Our normal kids yoga is just kind of breath and movement, some games, stories, but we're adding a little twist for the holiday season.
I think that's really fun. And now, how long have you been putting on these kids yoga events?
I started my first kids yoga in January, and I do it about twice a month at the studio. And this summer, I actually did a kids mindfulness and yoga camp.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a week-long thing, kind of get the kids out of the house, keep them engaged for the summer, and teach them a skill or two.
Well, and that's really, I think it's so important, especially for so many kids that are especially going to that middle school, you know, kind of territory where it's a weird life you're living in that age range.
It's terrifying
It
at that
is.
age, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And with these skills that they're learning, I mean, just a little bit of taking a breath and a little meditation goes a long way before making some choice that might not reflect very positively in the long run.
That's true. And when they start on the mat in a safe space in a studio, then it transfers into the real world.
Absolutely.
And instead of hearing something or getting upset immediately, it's, oh, I hear something and my heart's racing and I feel nervous. What do I do now? Now I take a deep breath. Instead of, rah, I'm going to freak out, you know? And it regulates mindfulness and thinking, too.
It's huge.
Mm-hmm.
And now take me through your time at Riverbend Yoga. How long have you been here?
Well, I relocated back to the area in 2021.
From here originally? Or?
From here originally.
Cool.
Yes, graduated in 1993 from Alton High.
Really cool.
So a while ago. And I was looking for a studio. When I moved back, the studio that I was at in Vegas, we lost to COVID. So it was kind of nice to find a community. And next thing I knew, I was enrolled in their yoga teacher training in February of 2022. And so I finished that in November of 2022 and started teaching right away.
Wow. So it's been a pretty good year or so?
It has. I ended up doing my hours, and I taught at Riverbend for over 150 hours last year.
Wow.
Yeah. So kind of cool. Kind of cool.
That's incredible. Well, I think this is a really unique opportunity. And I'm on the website now where if you go to the events page on Facebook, and we'll link all of this later on, you can see that tickets are $35 or $36.05 after taxes or service fees, but that's really affordable for really some great learning skills, and also a great way to really kick off that Christmas break, because that's when it starts, is I'm sure this Friday.
Yep. And the nice thing too is if it's 2 hours, so if parents need a little time to do things, there's 2 hours where you've got some freedom.
Got some phone calls with Santa to make,
checking that list,
Well, and whenever you're teaching these classes, especially for the kids, what makes them so unique for you in the instructor aspect?
It's interesting because I don't have a whole lot of repeats kids yet. So every class is kind of new. And I kind of wait to see who I have in my class, their age, and their skill level too, and maybe something that they need to work on. So it sort of depends. We usually start with some sort of movement, though, to calm the monkey mind. You kind of get some of that nervous energy out. And then we do a little breath, and then we move through a flow. If things get a little out of control, we play a game.
Gotcha.
Yogi says, or we pick up little like puff balls with our toes and, have little competitions and just kind of some fun stuff to get them let go of expectations.
Well, and too, like you hit on perfectly, was the nervousness aspect, because I think so much just for kids in general is nervousness and, a little bit of fear whenever they make, we make outbursts as kids or what have you.
Yes.
This is a great way to, like you said earlier and hit on beautifully, is that coping skill and learning how to really navigate that in these really critical development years.
Yes.
With that being said, you got a moment to stick around?
Yeah.
I got to pay a bill. 10:17 on this 12th day of December. Conversations with Stephanie. Kids Yoga Christmas Edition. Riverbend Yoga as a whole. We'll talk all about it next, right after this in the heart of the 618. When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Hear the snow crunch, see the kids bunch. This is Santa's big scene, and above all the bustle you'll hear. Silver bells.
7:20. That's the time on this 12th day of December. You know, I always like the Christmas shows because at least I get some positive music all the time. Because every once in a while you throw in some Black Sabbath and then it just throws off the vibe for so many, you know?
Yes, it does. Probably unnerves them greatly.
With that being said, you will not be unnerved this Saturday the 16th at 1 p.m. over there at Riverbend Yoga. That's 100 West 3rd Street?
Yes, sir.
Look, top of my head, look at that.
Yes, sir.
I'm getting pretty good at
Yes,
this.
you are. Yes, you are.
Classes recommended for kids aged 5 through 13. Now, just going back to this, for the kids that are a little younger in that 5 to 7, is there a parent that needs to be there?
Oh, no. So great question. I actually have a parent teacher.
Wow.
She is a friend of mine. She's fantastic with food and crafts, Callie Mills. She will be my co-teacher that day.
Really cool.
Yes. So she's there. In fact, she's the one that's kind of developing some of the crafts and will be heading up all that. She has a 5-year-old and a 12-year-old. So we've got all the bases covered for everybody in between.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
because I know that parents, like you said earlier, this could be a couple of hours.
It could, yeah.
Because no one's taking time off at this point in the year because they got to keep working to get to Christmas.
Yep.
Fantastic. And now, take me through some of the activities because I think this is fun.
For this upcoming Saturday event? Okay, so we'll probably start with some movement and get into some breath work. We're specifically going to work with cocoa breath. So imagine that you're holding a cup of cocoa and you breathe it in and then you blow it to cool it. And so we'll be practicing that in the like the studio classroom part, and then when we get to the crafts part, we'll actually make the hot cocoa and do the same thing to kind of drive it home.
Really cool.
Yeah. And then we've got some reindeer food. We're gonna do some card decorating, some sugar cookie decorating, maybe an ornament or two if we have some time, and some graham cracker reindeers, which I have not seen yet, so I'm super excited to see how they turn out and what that entails.
Whenever you're going through the kids' classes, do you see, is there a moment like collectively for the group where the stick and the tenseness kind of goes away collectively because, you know, the jitters are out of the way and we all know that we're here and safe? Does that happen in every class?
Yeah, it does. A lot of times, especially to the new kids that are unfamiliar or it's their first time, sometimes I always invite parents to stay too if the kids are feeling a little insecure or uptight.
And you can tell that right away.
Yes, you can. Absolutely. And I love it when they kind of go from cowering to the parent to participating in class, feeling their own sort of inner power, feeling their strength, and then it kind of starts to flow. So it's cool to watch.
It really is. And then on top of it, too, I mean, just setting up the individual really for a lot more success and a lot less hardship, especially, I mean, not to be funny about it for parents. I mean, I'm thinking this is a great thing to do because at least there's some baseline, you know, that you can do outside of the educational system to handle situations. And I love it, especially with how you're teaching. I love the idea of cocoa breath because that alone, there's going to be so many kids that are going to say to themselves after they go through that exercises, cocoa breath, you know, and they're going to do it.
Right. And that's the thing is that you want to get it so it's kind of like muscle memory. Where you start doing these small steps. And before you know it, you know, it's like rolling a snowball.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It starts as this little tiny thing, and before you know it, you've got Frosty and a family, you know? So it's
really
one
cool.
step at a time.
Well, what I think's great, too, is what you're doing with the Christmas cards and really tying a community aspect to it. Because to me, I get yelled at all the time because I go on a soapbox that Christmas is about community, you know, and quit giving Bezos your money when you can shop local and find some really cool stuff. But to me, whenever you're incorporating sending cards out or dropping them off to elder homes, or it's amazing.
It is.
No one realizes, unless you go there at the holidays, it's not a fun time for so many.
It's not. It's really not. And so if we can bring that little bit of peace, that little bit of joy, and spread that holiday cheer, and then, you know, also instill that in our youth. Right? Because the only way that we're going to make changes, big changes with adults, is if we start with the kids.
100%.
You know what I mean? So it's not thinking about today, it's thinking about what future are we building 10 years, 20 years, 30 years?
100%.
That sort of thing.
Well, you got to instill it early, because if not, I think there's a certain age where it's just so hard to relearn skills, it's almost impossible.
Well, yeah, because you almost have to unlearn the bad skills before you can learn the good calm skills, you know? So it can be a tangled mess when you get older.
Without a doubt. And I just think that this is a great way to really expose our children in a great way to another venture, you know, and especially a healthy one that's not going and maybe sitting on a couch and eating chips and playing video games. Healthy activity. And as we're wrapping this up, coming up on the 30th, there's another opportunity. And I think that there's a bunch of kids that are going to be excited about this one.
So another co-teacher, Brianne Bailey, she is kind of an aerial guru, and she runs kids' aerial classes. So we have collaborated for the 30th of December at 1 o'clock to hold kind of a pop-up one. We figured it'd be great over break. Maybe the kids are restless, parents are restless. It's a great way to get out of the house, do something fun. And Brianne structures her classes fantastically. So if this is your first class, you're going to be great. You're going to find success. You're going to feel confident. If this is your 15th class, you're going to feel great. You're going to find success. You're going to feel confident.
Well, I'd keep wanting to do it, but I know I'll be tangled in one of those darn things pretty quick.
You know what? Come to the beginner class, man.
Is that it?
Start there, start building those muscles and those skills, and then you'll be flying like a trapeze artist in no time.
There we go. I'm telling you, that's the new open of the show. What's the best way for folks to reach out for you if they want to take part of any of these classes that you have coming up personally?
Well, if you follow RiverBend on Facebook, you'll see a lot of these events on there. You can certainly check out their websites, find them on Punch Pass, Instagram. So we've got a lot of different ways for people to suss out the studio. You can even give a call. The good old-fashioned way. Pick up a phone and call, and someone will answer and get to you. Email.
It works. I called.
Yep, you did, and now I'm here. So it works. Yeah, it works.
Stephanie, you're more than welcome back anytime.
Well, thank you. This was amazing.
Well, no, I thank you, because just to talk about this and do something a little bit different, and just how I think crucial this could really be, especially if it's taught early enough and really helps the parents teach their child after this class how to handle some situations. I love it. Keep up the great work.
Thank you so much.
We'll take a quick pause here. 10:26 the time on this party day. 10:27. Darn it, who's counting? 12:12 at 10:27. We'll take a quick break. Daily Show on a Tuesday comes back and hits you next right after this. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, woman-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Santa baby, just slip a sable under the tree for me. Been an awful good girl, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight.
10:32. Welcome back to this full studio on this 12th day of December. Heather Zinden, how are we doing, both of you?
Good.
So last time we were on May, is that what we figured out here?
I think so, yeah. May.
And this was back when you guys were having a really cool class coming down the pipeline with a really great instructor. How did that turn out?
It turned out very, very well, actually.
Great. That's fantastic. And now, I mean, we're at this point where the year's wrapping up, and let's just ask for a state of Heather Zinden. How'd the year go?
Wonderful, actually.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
Really great. Really great.
Yeah. We do a lot of stuff with the community. Community outreach is probably one of my favorite parts about the studio. We did the Goshen Farmers Market in Edwardsville.
How was that?
It was really cool. You meet all kinds of different people. Then you can go shopping afterwards.
That's the best part right there.
Right. And then the weather sometimes cooperated, but sometimes didn't. But that was really cool. It was just something to get your name out there in
a different area.
Yeah. That was the biggest thing.
Exactly.
We did a Nature Institute, yoga and hiking. So we went out there, I think it was overlooking the bluff. And I met probably like 8 or 9 people. So it was cool.
Really
and they ended
cool.
up coming to the studio. So yeah, it was really cool.
That's fantastic. Well, it just seems like, everything's coming together really well. And,
Right.
when did you join up with the marketing team on this? Because I know it was this year, wasn't it? Or right at the end of last year?
I want to say it's been like a year and a
Yeah.
half.
Has it?
I think
Because I know it wasn't.
It was like May of last year,
Oh, okay.
2022.
That's
so,
what
yeah.
I was
But I mean,
wondering.
it took us a little bit to get on our feet and
Yeah.
and move forward. So
Well, it's a huge team, it seems like. I mean, in terms of just work, because you don't need to have 80 people to be a big team. You can be a big team of 2 or 3 or 4. And I mean, it always surprises people when we have under 10 employees upstairs for RiverBender and getting stuff done.
Right. Yeah.
Just like you two are doing for this. Really, I think it's a community haven. And I really do mean
Thank
that.
you.
Because it's easy to put on, classes and do things, and everyone has a great mission. But it seems like you really have almost a living room-esque effect over there at the Zinden.
Oh, it's wonderful. And then, like I said, since we joined the Riverbend Growth Association last year, I became an ambassador. I think it was in like June or July.
That's right, yeah.
So the immense amount of people that I have met and got to collaborate with So just a few of them. Nourish Revival with Abigail Parker. We did
Mhm.
like yoga and nutrition. We just recently did a yoga and paint with.
Yeah, she was just on the show, I think. Yeah, she was. Abigail was.
She loves me and I love her. We just did a yoga and paint with Party on Broadway. So
she was just on the show.
Yeah, I think she was on Friday. Yeah, exactly.
I'm liking the correlation here.
Yeah. So we're very excited that our community is so great. You know, we can collaborate with people. That's amazing. Yeah.
Well, and that's how you grow. You can't just keep doing the same classes over and over again. You got to always diversify. And with yoga, it seems like, and I let's be honest, I know about as much as, well, Michael Jordan would know about yoga, and that's probably not that much. But it seems like there's so many ways to really collaborate in a way that's stress-free, that's just in this state of zen, you know?
Yeah. Right.
And that, to me, is how you grow collectively as businesses and as a region. It's not just, well, we have the best classes. No, we have the best events because we partner with everybody, and it
Heck
takes a
yeah.
village. I love it.
Yeah.
Was there one event this year that stuck out to you the most?
We were really excited that we got to go to St. Louis at Tower Grove, and we got to do the pagan picnic there. That was pretty exciting.
that was the first time.
That was the
I've
first
ever
time, so
done.
that was fun. Heather had a wonderful time at Witches on the Water in Grafton, so she got to lead that class.
Apparently, Witches on the Water is a big thing in Grafton.
It is.
I didn't realize. We were doing Thriller at 10 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it was so much fun. By the side of the road, too. So we were all, it was cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
I need 3 screwdrivers to get that dance going,
And then, our big thing, of course, is just our hometown. So we got to do Solstice at the amphitheater, which was amazing. We loved that.
Right.
We get to do that. And then we also got to do the Mississippi Earth Tones Festival down there at the amphitheater as
That's
well.
right,
So
yeah.
so that was super fun. So we've just been all over, and it's been really exciting.
Are you planning anything for Solstice next week? Isn't it crazy that
It's
Solstice
crazy,
is
yeah.
next Thursday? Wow.
We don't have anything planned.
Well, we do. So we are doing, and we'll get to this later, the Kundalini classes. But on Thursday, I think it falls on a Thursday,
Yeah.
and we will be. I will be there teaching a 5 o'clock class for Kundalini. So that's at the studio.
It'll feel like
So-
4 a.m.
Yeah, it will.
Well, and that's what I think's great. And by the way, I just want to point out, take notes on how to come prepared. I love your prep sheet. I'm serious. Can I see that?
Yes.
I'm going to hold this up here. So at my old work, I had to come up with a prep sheet all the time for the night show. And I'm telling you what, if I had this, we would have done a hell of a lot better with a raise. Mine was open, ramble, commercial, ramble, interview, we're done. Sucky. Okay.
awesome.
What should we hit on first of what's coming down the pipeline? What do you think should be the big one before we take our break here?
We're actually still going through the community part.
Oh,
so,
keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, so we did partner with Rachel and Co. in Wood River too.
They're doing a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I just love them, and they're so sweet down there. We did yoga outside, and then we came in, and people could get their coffee or their refreshers. It's really, really nice to collect. Like I just love it so much. But I'm trying to see Treehouse, obviously.
I love it. I thought that was really cool. Did
Yeah.
you do? What type of yoga was this? What type of an event? Was this something special?
So I went to their place and I was teaching yoga there.
Okay.
And then I think whenever we talked last, they had just came down to the studio
Gotcha.
and brought the owl.
That's
Victor
what it
the
was.
owl.
Victor the owl.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was one owl that tried to kill a snake in my studio once. When I first did it, I swear this is a true story. I swear. We talk about it every time Treehouse is in. Kelly and I mention it because we had a snake and an owl. And this owl looked over and went, whoa, this was my segment. So, and did you just do an event at VFW? Did that just happen too?
So
okay.
that was my next thing. So we just did cats and yoga mats.
That's what it was.
Yes.
Okay, I love this.
Yeah.
I love it. Fill me in on this.
Yeah, so it was the what do they call Little Cat Rescue of Illinois. So
I
she
love it.
reached out to me
Yeah.
and she said, "Hey, would you be interested in having cats at your studio?" And I was like, "No, like if you can find a place, I'll teach for you." And we did it at the VFW. There was probably like 17 or 18 people.
It's a nice space for
it.
it.
Really
Really
is,
is.
except for they told me to teach on the stage. So, and I'm already tall. So literally when we did this, I was like this far away from the ceiling.
Well.
And then, the cats are running around and I love cats. So it was a good time. And all
Any
the
cats?
money we raised went straight back to them.
Did
So.
any cats get adopted?
I think 2 of them got adopted the very next day.
That's all that matters.
That's what matters. That's right. Yeah.
But I love that because yoga really can be used for a lot of activities and a lot of different ventures that no one would really think of. Like, I'm sorry, if you'd have told me 20 years ago that we were going to do yoga with goats hanging around me, I would have laughed at you. I mean, it's just amazing. So don't let me stop you. I know there's still a bunch of community aspects of Heather Zinden that we haven't touched on. What's the next step of the year of community support?
We got a lot of things coming up, but we're really trying to recap this year.
Yeah.
Kundalini is the big thing. We've got yoga teacher training coming, Kundalini yoga teacher training starting in February, so we're very excited by that. We've got Sue and Dan who are from Crestone, Colorado. They're our teachers that we went out to Colorado and got trained. We are so honored and so lucky that they've chosen our studio to come and actually do a teacher training.
Really
so
cool.
yeah, very cool. There's not very many of these that happen of Kundalini yoga teacher trainings that happen within the United States, within the world. I think there's only like 100 this year that's going to happen. So for us to be selected is like,
Hey.
it's wonderful. Yes. So yeah, that's our big thing that's coming. Yes, for sure. That's going on.
It shows the growth that you really have had. And Eastgate Plaza, I don't think the builders, I guess the organizers of that, really get enough credit for how much work they had to do to revitalize it.
Right.
And I was there yesterday just doing the hockey game, and it's the first time I've been down there in a while because I haven't had enough time to get out of the studio and get out of my house, because all the work. But it's beautiful and it's full. And I mean, if you would have told me 10 years ago that that's what Eastgate would have looked like today, I would have told you, put the pipe down because there's no way.
I'm not having goat yoga.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
But you know what I'm saying? I'll believe it when I see goat yoga. And now it's all happened, 10:41. We'll take a break. More of this conversation hits you next, right after this.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBenderRadio.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
A merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our
was his birthday. Would have been 108 today, Frank Sinatra. You know, I think that's pretty cool. I love that song. You know, okay, I'm an old guy. Okay, so 10:44. Welcome back. I have this room in my house, and it's really just an office, really, that I have, and I can do some work in there. But I felt so old the other day. It was like 8 o'clock at night, and all the lights are off, and here's CJ listening to Christmas music, you know, like he's a depressed old man. It was sad. It was so sad.
Did you have your scotch?
Yeah.
Your cigar.
And my cry book. I do have a poster that says, "You can ugly cry here." With that being said, it's a year of additions to Heather Zinden.
Yeah.
And with that, you got to grow. You got to make sure people can at least see you all the time. And how do you do that? With merchandise. That's right. Look at this. We got some pins. I love this. I love the color of it, too. No one really goes with the yellow and white pattern.
Yes.
And I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
her color is yellow, so the Zinden, that's right.
There we go. And show me this shirt. Get up and turn here for us. We got a Scrabble edition. I did have to ask what the game was at the commercial break. A Scrabble edition of Heather Zinden shirts. Now, are those available in the store?
They are.
Woo!
Yes.
Love it.
Yes.
How much?
35.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. And you're supporting local. And now, is it only in store pickup?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Sir.
Right now, that's okay.
Yeah.
We're getting there. You got
come to a class, pick up a shirt. You know.
Yeah.
Boom. There you go. Well, I think this is just fantastic. The year that you guys have had, and that you girls have had. Sorry, and I think going right into that. One of the coolest things every year is the Lead Her Ship banquet and seminar. And the reason being is no one realizes that we have a lot more powerful business women in this region than we realize. And that's not, and someone's going, oh, here we go, CJ's getting on the box. It's just true. And whenever you're able to go speak at a conference like this, you aren't speaking in front of 4 people. You're speaking in front of power players. And this is a huge opportunity. Take me through this presentation.
Yeah, it was me and Andrea and Louise, one of my teachers. And she taught.
Have I had Louise on the show?
No. She
Okay.
hasn't. You would love her.
Where the hell have you been? Sorry.
So it's So Louise taught everybody breath work, which everybody needs, especially for mental health, and obviously the holidays and chilling out before you hang out with family for Christmas.
Breath work's always good.
Yes. And then
It's a lot healthier option than what I do.
Yes.
So, and then I took everybody through like a chair sequence. So I did like chair yoga.
Really
Because,
cool.
everybody was seated. It was a lot of fun.
Perfect for the office.
Right,
Yes.
exactly. Like these are things you can take into the office and you can just breathe. You can just breathe in
I
your
needed it
office.
yesterday.
You can just do certain poses that really help you relax and get even get more productive. You know.
Really and then Miss Andrea played her singing bowls.
So I brought the sound therapy.
Yes.
Really
So,
cool.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I literally thought about, this sounds weird, but I thought about that the other, I hate to say night, but it was 6 p.m. and I'm an old guy, so that's nighttime. I thought, you know what I need is just one of those sound sessions, those sound therapy sessions, just to really relax. Because I was doing some research into that, and just the tranquility that some folks find in this is fantastic. So you guys got to showcase really a bunch of components of the Zinden to this conference. Was it well received?
Very much so.
And it was amazing. Like, to be up on the stage and to have everybody there and then just to kind of, bring yoga. The theme was wellness. So it was great because wellness is a big thing, that we need to focus on. We need to focus a lot more on wellness.
Well, this has been a big year for women in this region. And with the Perfectly Imperfect book that came out, we've had Tara on the show numerous times, and their great seminar they had at Julius, plus what you two were doing with Heather Zinden. I mean, regardless of just the two, there's a plethora of others that are doing amazing work, and it's an exciting time, for so many in this region. With that being said, going into some other things that happened this year as well is that, Best of the Best nomination. I think that's a great thing.
So honored, so privileged. I mean, we want to shout out to the community. Thank you so much for all the votes. to put us on the map. One top 3, we didn't win, but that's okay. We were there. It was amazing. We're going into our 3rd year, and to be part of the best of the best, we think that's
It's really
outstanding.
cool when someone thinks of you and says,
Yes.
you guys truly are. You girls are truly the best of the best. And when you get that vote, that definitely means a lot.
Yes, and we love our community. That we just love all of our yogis out there that support us. It's just great.
Fantastic.
100%.
Well, and if you don't get enough at the classes, you can get enough on your smartphone or your computer with the YouTube and Patreon page. Fill me in.
Yeah, we just recently, I think it was back in September. So we have the, what is it called?
Patreon?
No.
The
The YouTube channel.
We have one of those too.
So the YouTube channel gives you like a little taste of what to expect from the Patreon page.
Really cool.
So yeah, classes are about 45 minutes to an hour long. Right now, for a month membership, it's $50, and I think we have 8 classes on there right now. So
really cool. Now I got a question, and I just wanted to ask this. I was gonna wait till after, but I forgot that I got to wrap up the show. I do have a job to do. What are your thoughts on this dynamic yoga, like this DDP stuff? Because I'm starting to really look into this a little bit more. I don't know.
So when I got trained at Jane's House of Wellbeing in St. Charles.
Cool.
And it was back in 2016, and that's what they taught me was the dynamic yoga method.
Right on. Okay.
So there is truth to it because you move. And so your body feels like the movement, and then when you hold, you're able to relax more into the pose. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
So I usually use that for like if let's say we're going to go into a warrior, you're going to bend your knee, but maybe your knee's not happy. Like if you move more dynamically and like let it work it out a bit, and then you hold that posture, then you're going to feel it a little. Like she said, you're going to feel it a little bit better.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, I'm feeling this now. But a huge thing is this Kundalini graduation. 220 hours.
Yeah.
We started it back in April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how long you learned?
220 hours certification.
Hold on here. You keep talking. I'm doing a conversion here. Keep going.
So we started in April. We went out to Crestone. We finished in August. There was online classes in between. It was a nice hybrid program, which is actually what's coming to our studio too in February. Is the hybrid program, which is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. So we went out for a week in Crestone, but we understand that people can't quite commit that kind of time. So our program is going to be like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the first weekend and the last weekend, and then everything else is Friday, Saturday, Sunday online, so that it's more of just being able to like actually fit it into your life.
Fantastic. By the way, the conversion is 9.16 days is what you guys learned for.
Wow.
You're learning but see, it's important to highlight that though, because in terms of legitimate, business and really being serious about this, you want to have someone that's certified and is truly knowing what they're doing.
Right.
Not someone that took a YouTube class and thought they figured out the cheat code,
Right.
And whenever you're learning from the instructors that you two have learned from out of Colorado, it's not just learning from, and not being a jerk, but, John Smith down the road.
Right.
You're learning from a power player in this industry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's huge.
I think Sue and Dan's been doing it for like 25 years. You know what I mean?
Fantastic.
She started that school out there, the first one in Colorado. They've, again, there's not very many of these around. So we're again so honored that they're coming to our studio to be able to teach the Kundalini yoga teacher training.
Well,
and if anybody wants to learn more about it, we have a virtual lunch and learn tomorrow.
You are reading my damn mind. I had a perfect segue. I was ready for this segue. Damn. All right, fill us in. Hold on. My outburst made me get out of my chair. Hold on here. All right.
So tomorrow at noon, we're doing a virtual lunch and learn where you can hear from the experts, Sue and Dan. If you have any questions about Kundalini or the yoga teacher training, they're going to be online. We had them last month. We're so honored that they're able to spend some time with us again and to be able to. So we'll have the link online. You can also go to our events on Facebook and find it there. But yeah, it's all over. Where if you wanted to find more information out or find more about the teacher training, that's where it's going to be.
There you go. I like it. So, with all that being said, for I'm gonna both of you the same question. It's kind of a softball, but kind of not. You guys you girls, are in this situation where you have the opportunity within the next 5 years to become a really big hotspot for your industry, and not just in terms of the region, but around the world, because you're bringing in these high-profile instructors. You're teaching some very important classes. You're offering this class that's not available only, 100 times last year? Course
pretty
offerings.
much, yeah.
What's the end goal in the next 5 years? Is that kind of a vision for you too? Is to see the growth of an international spotlight on the region in terms of Heather Zinden and bringing that in? What's the end game for both of you in the next 5?
I mean, that'd be fantastic.
That would be wonderful.
I mean, that would be great, to become more known, again, because it's not really well known in St. Louis either, right?
No.
So, like, if we could, we're next to a big city, if we could bring more people, more, more vision onto our studio, and then being able to bring it out to the community and help with Kundalini.
I see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I really do, because it's not listen, you can put a Facebook post up every day at 9:15 for years, but unless you're out there doing the hands-on work, which is interacting, doing collaborative events and programs, and going and speaking at different events, it's a lot more than just doing your regular what the job entails.
Right.
And you two have done that all year long. And I haven't forgotten about you, Louise. You have too.
Yes, of course, Louise, shout out.
So, with that being said, sum up the year if you could in one word.
Amazing.
Magnificent.
There you go.
Well, we did start the year with a word of adventure.
Yeah,
So I would love to say that it's been one hell of an adventure.
It was.
If I can say that on the radio.
Well, the FCC does not control this show. For more opportunities and ways people can reach out, what's the best way to do so?
Facebook page. We have an Instagram page. We have a website.
HeatherZinden.com.
Yeah.
Also on the pin.
Also on the pin.
It is right here, 618-379-9099. Look at that. And I didn't even major in reading. 1056, Heather Zinden, thank you so much. And like I said, the best of luck in 2024. You're always welcome back at any time.
Thank you so much.
And thanks for being such players in the community in terms of growth and in terms of just bringing people together in terms of relaxation and bettering our wellness.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
There we
Happy
go.
holidays.
Thank you.
Thank you. You too. 1056, quick break, and we'll wrap up the Tuesday that was after this. When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
And I'm so happy Christmas.
wrapping up the Tuesday that was a busy show the last couple of weeks. I haven't had much time to talk. Probably a good thing after the news that I saw this morning, but, time will tell. And whether or not it's a good thing, a bad thing, well, we'll see what happens on Wednesday, and I hope that, the city's listening, because we're at a crossroads here, and as a community, we can decide really what this will be, because it will be detrimental in a way. So we'll find out. Hopefully it goes for the best. Tomorrow we got a great show coming down the pipeline, and I'm excited for it, and I hope you are too. We've had a great year, and that's why I thought yesterday I was so worked up, and I'm not coming on using this platform for that. There's so much good to talk about, and that's what we're going to focus on here. So with that being said, North Alton Godfrey Business Council, we're going to be talking to the Repertory Theater tomorrow, and we'll see what other trouble, literally, I can cause, because I'll have some time to talk on that 13th day of December. But on that note, all of you, have a fantastic Tuesday, but most importantly, try your best to stay out of jail.